Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us all this time. This is now going to be our final question for today, which is going to help us to wrap up our factor and remainder theorem concept. Remember to send your questions for calculus. We will be starting with the first principle next week, so do send in those questions. We are going to start this on Tuesday, so please keep those questions coming in. Remember, you stand a chance to win awesome prizes if you do exactly that. So we will take Monica's question, which will help us to see how do we actually finalize the whole factor and remainder theorem concept. Please let's watch what she had to say.
Hi Tenfold, my name is Monica. Can you please help me with the question that states, what must be added to 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 12x minus 4 so that it is exactly divisible by 2x plus 1? Thank you.
Right, thank you for that question. This is a very nice question because what it does, it just simply helps us to see the difference between the whole story of a remainder and a factor. Remember this. When you are given a particular polynomial and you have to divide it by some divisor, you need to find the root of that divisor. If you take the root of that divisor and substitute into the given polynomial, it must give you a 0 for that divisor to be a factor. If it doesn't, and it leaves something, if it does leave a remainder, then it means that it is not a factor, which means it is not divisible into the given polynomial. So let's check this question that Monica sent to us. It says, what must be added to 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 12x minus 4 so that it is divisible by 2x plus 1. Now, for it to be divisible, when we substitute, let's take this 2x plus 1, for example, 2x plus 1, you equate it to 0, and then you make x the subject. You'll actually have 2x is minus 1. If you divide both sides by 2, you're going to get x is minus 1 over 2. Now, if I sub this minus half into the given function of 2x cubed, you will notice that it must give us 0 for this 2x plus 1 to be divisible. If it does leave us something, then it means it is not divisible. So we need to actually come up with an idea of fixing this so that it does become divisible. So I'm going to let f of x be equal to 2x cubed, right? 2x cubed. Let's fix that so that you guys can see what is going on. 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 12x minus 4. All right, so now f of, if I sub minus half here, let's see what will remain, because we want to find out what must we add here to make this thing to be a factor of this given cubic function. So if I sub cube here, minus 5 into minus a half squared minus 12 into minus a half, right, minus 4. Let's see what will happen. I'm going to now use my calculator in order to try and see what will happen if I do this. So we've got 2 into, right, minus 1 over 2 into cube, minus 5 into, minus, sorry for that, yes. Okay, we've got minus 1 over 2, close bracket, squared, right, minus 12 into minus 1 over 2, close bracket, and then we subtract 4. Finally, the answer comes out as a half. So what does this mean? We are getting a half as the final number there. This half means that it is the remainder that you are going to get. When you divide 2x plus 1 into the function, it leaves a remainder of plus half. So if this half is remaining, and I need nothing to remain for 2x plus 1 to be a factor, what do you think we need to do? Well, it's very easy. We need to remove the half. In order to remove the half, we're just going to put in minus half, because half minus half will make the whole thing to be 0. If it does become 0, if the remainder becomes 0, then eventually that will make 2x plus 1 to be divisible into the given cubic. So let's go in then and say to them, well, according to this, we are left with a remainder of a half. So in order for this to be a factor, you just have to, so therefore we must add minus 1 over 2, because then the whole thing, half minus half, is going to become a 0. And if you go to, yeah, that's actually the answer. If you add this, you're going to actually have, if I come back to this and I actually subtract that minus 1 over 2, what happens? Then eventually it becomes a 0. So that's actually what we had to add in order to find our answer here. So very interesting question. Thank you very much for that. I hope this helps us to actually make sense of what is going on. It's very important for us to keep this in mind and to always practice in order to make sure that we don't run out of our math concepts. Keep revising a lot of the things that you did in the past. And this is going to be another interesting show that we had. Hopefully we are going to see you next week again. Thank you very much for staying with us, and keep those questions coming in. We'll be more than glad to see you again next week, safe and sound. Happy Easter and enjoy your Easters, and please be safe on the roads and keep sending us questions. We'll meet again next week. It's bye for now.